Measures to promote rule of law and human rights. Our topic is measures to promote rule of law and human rights. But before we dive into the issue, we need to know first about the Sustainable Development Goals. Our SDG is SDG 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. As the UN explained, Goal 16 of the Sustainable Development Goals is dedicated to the promotion of peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, the provision of access to justice for all, and building effective, accountable institutions at all levels. The rule of law is defined as the authority and influence of law on society, especially when viewed as a restriction on individual and institutional behavior. Lack of rule of law and ensured human rights is causing millions of citizens to suffer under brutal conditions. They haven't asked to be born in such places, yet they are suffering in unimaginable circumstances. Organizations that are negatively impacting this issue and are going to be emphasized in this video are North Korea, China, and Venezuela. North Korea has remained as one of the most undemocratic countries in the world. Despite the human rights monitors and radio communications being banned from citizens and outsiders of North Korea, few have managed to reveal the oppressive and the secretive policies of the North Korean government. The non-appearance of the rule of law is highly noticeable, with a yearly casualty rate up to 25% due to all the threats of executions, imprisonment, forced labor, and torture to those who show disloyalty to the country and are caught saying things that are perceived as critical to the state. Due to the harsh living conditions in North Korea, many North Koreans escaped the country to China. However, due to the lack of proper transportation, many drown in the Ulu River, which is on the border between China and North Korea, and others are shot by the police. China. In the face of being the second world's largest economy, China is facing one of the world's most oppressive regimes, with a major depreciation in human rights and civil liberties. China is given so much importance towards this issue as it's the fifth of the world's population and seeks global leadership. Minorities like Uyghur Muslims are experiencing so much discrimination in China. Uyghur Muslims are sent off to detention camps to be tortured and forced to go against their beliefs. There are multiple detention camps in China with approximately 1 million Uyghur Muslims detained. Uyghur Muslims are banned from practicing their religion, and some of the Muslim names are even banned from newborns, alongside with the kids being also separated from their parents. These unimaginable conditions are raising major concerns to the lack of human rights in China. Venezuela. Posterior to the elections of Venezuela in 2015, the government under Nicolas have spun the country into a national crisis after taking away the National Assembly's power. With the laws being passed without reference to the needs of the people, the democracy of Venezuela has been destroyed and thus also creating a refugee crisis, with more than 3 million people fleeing Venezuela. And much more not registered by the authorities have also left since 2014. And according to the nationwide study, 80% of households in Venezuela are food insecure, including the rampant crimes and human rights abuse, which have all resulted in the total economic breakdown of the economy of Venezuela. So what are the root causes of this issue? The human rights movement has traditionally focused on documenting the abuses rather than attempting to explain them. The lack of the people's knowledge on their basic human rights have also been a factor for the increased number of people being negatively affected in these harsh circumstances. Hence, these people become adapted to the environment without realizing that they should not be living in these conditions from the beginning. What are the possible solutions? One very effective solution is awareness. Most people are not aware of the problems relating to human rights in their country, let alone other countries. This can be reversed by holding a multiple of awareness-raising workshops and speech to the people of different ages and occupation to educate them on their basic human rights. Another effective solution is by introducing the human rights studies in the syllabus. By including the human rights studies in the syllabus, the younger generation will understand more about the importance of knowing their human rights, and thus they will pass on their knowledge to younger generations to come. and now you know more about the issue. So we urge you, as the representative of your country, to take part in elaborating and finding more solutions that will promote peace and justice to all.